Hello people of the internet, my name is Daniel and this is going to be my first video ever on YouTube, and it's going to be 25 Minecraft tips and tricks. So let's get started. Okay, so tip number 1, to make a one-way door, put soul sand on the first block to the inside of the door. So you can step in, but you can't go back out. So if you see, when you walk through, you drop down just a little bit. So for some reason you can't walk through here. Number 2, a current of redstone will not travel up and through a full block, but it will travel up and through a half block. So if you want to make it look like redstone is coming out of nowhere, just make your floor out of half blocks. Number 3, to trap something, just put 4 doors around a pressure plate, and when something steps in it, they get trapped in the center. And to attract animals, because animals like light, put lights around it. To attract mobs, don't put lights around it. If you want to make sure your animals don't escape, but you don't want to make a gate, because let's be honest, opening gates is way too much work, put a nether brick fence here. You can walk through it, but no animal can. Yeah, dude. He will not go through. None of them. Let's see if I can get another one. Yeah, none of those will go through, but you can go through. To build a toll road, have a light pressure plate with 2 pieces of redstone running towards an iron door. It should take 5 blocks to open it. There we go. And now, if you're the toll road owner or whatever, you can go in here and collect your blocks, and the next person will have to pay 5 blocks. Number 6, a hopper with 1 item in it will have a 1 block long redstone current. 23 will go 2 blocks. 46 will go 3 blocks. 69 will go 4 blocks. 92 will go 5 blocks, and a full hopper will go 15 blocks. If you want to save your swords, don't hit the enemy so fast. Just hit them once and then wait a second, because if you hit them really fast like this, your sword's about 25% used up. But if you hit them and wait a second, now that sword's only about 10% used up. So that will save your swords quite a bit. Okay, I'm going to be showing you how to make a TNT cannon. The things you're going to need are 51 obsidian, 11 redstone, 1 water bucket, 1 stone or wooden slab, or it could be sandstone, 3 redstone repeaters, 6 TNT, and 1 button. So what you do is you take your redstone and you put it in a 3 by 7 rectangle, like so. Next, what you're going to want to do is make a ring around this, sort of like a elongated horseshoe. Then make that ring 2 blocks high. So what you're left with is this so far. Next, put your slab at the very end block here, and then put your water bucket in the back. Alright. Next, for the redstone, put it around the top, except for this block and these 3. So leave these 3 empty and then this 1. Then put your repeaters here, and this will act like your distance guide. The more time it takes for the current to reach here, the farther the TNT will go. So place your button in the back like so, and finally place the TNT here. Now it's ready to fire. Just press the button, and there we go. And this should be really short. Yeah. So the less time it takes for the current to reach here, the shorter it will go. The more time it takes, the farther it will go. Number 9. An easy way to build down or up. We'll start with up first. Place a torch at the end of your sky base or whatever, and place a stone block here. Place a torch there, and without having to get too close to the edge, if you time it right, you can jump up. Takes a little bit of practice. So yeah, you can just keep building up like this, and it saves you having to get really close to the edge and potentially falling off. So if you want to build down, get in a stream of water and float down a little bit. This is called water scaffolding, by the way. And put blocks here, and there, and then as you swim back up, you can place another block here. And if you want to, you can take up your water, or you can just keep building up. Number 11. This trick is a little bit more well known, but we all know that if you walk on soul sand, you move a little bit slower. Just a little bit, not very much. But if you walk on soul sand with ice underneath it, you move really slow. Like, barely move at all. I'm still not at the end. Good God, this is taking forever. Okay, so yeah, you move really slowly with ice under soul sand. Here are a couple of ways that you can sprint faster than just normal sprinting. So here's normal sprinting. You get there quicker than running, obviously. But if you put a block above you, you can get a little bit faster. If you put ice in a block and above that, you can get even faster. And if you put trapdoors above ice with a block above it, you get extremely fast. Like, I may have touched the ground like twice, I think. You're really going fast. Extremely quickly. So those are a couple of ways to where you can run way faster. There are a couple of ways you can get across water pretty easily. If you have a bucket and it's just a 1 block deep patch of water, you can just spam and dump your water out and put the water back down, and you will go through the water faster than you would if you were just swimming through it. Another way, if it's 2 blocks deep like this one, is to have a couple of lily pads, and when you jump, place the lily pad down. And I don't know how that happened. That's never happened. But you will get across the water easier than having to swim through it. The easiest way to fill up a square with water while using the least amount of water you can is to go in a diagonal pattern across the square. And it will fill up the entire square as long as the water can go that far, and you won't have to use all your water buckets. There are 2 ways to make an infinite water source. The first way is to have a 2x2 square that will refill itself like so. And the second way, which looks the coolest, is to have 2 water flows going down like this, and it will never run out. But if you take these 2 away, then it will stop flowing. So don't take this away. Be very careful. Number 16, if you want to stop the water flow, just use a sign, and it will stop the water, and it'll leave you oxygen under here. It also stops lava, but I don't think you'll want to be swimming through lava anytime soon. If you want to work underwater without drowning, an easy way to get air is to either use iron bars, fences, sugarcane, but sugarcane has to be placed no more than 2 blocks below the surface of the water. Or you can use signs, or you can use a torch, and that will give you a second of air, but then the torch will disappear. So those are probably the best things to use. Number 18, you can place signs just about anywhere. You can place them on other signs, on top of other signs, in random places, and squiggly lines will hang off signs. So squiggly lines hang off signs. Oh, it won't hang off from the back, but it will from the front. Okay. Next, if you want to make it look like there's wood or stone or quartz above your chest or furnaces or crafting tables, just use stairs and turn them upside down, and it makes it look like there's a block bird, and they're still fully usable. Next, I know you've seen the slimes jumping around everywhere, so I've obviously had my difficulty turned up. And this is a completely closed off box, and it has been the entire time. The reason for this is mobs will not spawn, enemies will not spawn, on half blocks as long as there is a space beneath them. So that's really good to use if you're building a house and you don't have any torches for some reason, but you do have half blocks. Number 22. Birch trees have to be placed 1 block away from each other before they will grow. Spruce trees have to be placed 2 blocks away from each other before they will grow, but oak and jungle trees can be placed right beside each other as many times as you want and they will always grow. Number 23. A lever will only make redstone go in 4 different directions on one level. A block of redstone, though, can make it go in 4 different directions on 2 levels. So I don't know why you would need your redstone going in 2 different levels, but if you ever wanted to use a ton of redstone, powering a bunch of things at one time, a block of redstone is way better than a lever. Number 24, you should already know this, but if you don't, depending on what you have your mouse clicky button thingy over, and say you wanted this to go here, you would press number 2, or number 3, or number 4, or number 5, or number 6, or number 7, and they will go wherever you want it to go. Say I want this gray wool on my very ninth spot here, press 9. Say I want this block gold on my number 8, press number 8, and you would have 64 of each, and then shift click it back. So that's pretty well known, but if you don't know that, it saves a bunch of time. And finally, number 25. I have 2 potions here, a potion of poison and a potion of regeneration. I'm going to drink both of them. So as you can see, I have poison and regeneration. Now, I also have a bucket of milk. Now, when you drink milk, it negates the effects of both good and bad potions. Okay guys, so that is my first video, all 25 Minecraft tips and tricks. Hey, there's a village over there. Anyway, if you liked this video, be sure to leave me a like and a comment down below telling me what you think about it. If you like this video more than just liking this video, you can subscribe to my channel, and I will try to make videos pretty regularly, maybe 3 or 4 times a week. So thank you for watching.